The Chief Collections Officer's here.
Thank you. Do send her in. Oh, Chief Collections Officer, thank you for coming. Do take a seat.
Please call me Death.
Actually, we'd prefer to call you the Chief Collections Officer.
Yes, but with all due respect, I prefer Death.
Well, what do you think, David?
It would fly in the face of existing guidelines and protocols.
True. However, there is a precedent for such a request.
Oh, you mean Father Christmas?
Yes. If you recall, under pressure from his defence team, we agreed to a limited use of Santa during our deliberations.
Yes, we did, didn't we? But we did put our foot down when they pushed for the additional clause.
And quite rightly so. Totally unnecessary.
Excuse me, fascinating though all this is, would it be possible to move things on a bit? I'd really like to get this investigation behind me.
Yes, of course. Totally understand. So, Miss Death.
There's really no need for the miss.
Sorry, David. So we're officially letting this slide, then?
What, the formal address issue?
Yes.
Well, at least for the time being, June, we can always initiate a sub-review in regard to these matters of nomenclature once this preliminary assessment is concluded.
Please, can we just cut to the hang on? Preliminary assessment? Is this not the main event, then?
Oh no, Miss Death.
Death.
Sorry, Death. We're just part of the preliminary assessment phase of this investigation. I'm afraid that owing to the gravity of this breach, there will inevitably be the sitting of a number of panels, committees and courts.
Oh, God.
Culminating, I imagine, David, in a royal commission?
Yes, quite possibly, June.
But is all this absolutely necessary? I mean, why not just sack the guy responsible for the typo and then give longevity a big kick up the arse with some sort of mandatory staff training day or something?
I don't think you've quite grasped the seriousness of this death. Neil Taylor constitutes a major ongoing leak that will severely impact the firm's bottom line. June, are you all right?
I'm sorry, David. It just amused me, that's all.
What did?
Well, you talking about impacting firm bottoms.
I don't think that's quite what I said, June.
No. Sorry.
Anyway, Death, as I was saying, we here at Internal Investigations are under enormous pressure with the likes of the Committee for Budgetary Responsibility breathing down our necks.
That's right. I mean, Cosmos PLC only succeeds because we run a tight ship. Although that wasn't always the case, was it, David?
No, June. Pre-rationalisation, it was all a bit of a shambles. Profligacy reigned, and with him very much at the helm, we were, I'm afraid, heading for total fiscal meltdown.
I see. So what exactly do you need from me today?
What we require is your signature on this.
And this is?
A preliminary assessment attendance document.
By signing, you acknowledge that you've attended this meeting.
And that's it. That's all you need from me. A signed document acknowledging that I was in the room.
Yes.
But you haven't asked me anything.
No, we'll be getting down to one or two actual questions next time round.
Next time round?
Yes. Once we've had official sign-off on those questions from the post-preliminary assessment team.
Right. There you go. And thank you both for totally wasting my time today.
Oh, before you leave, there's just one more thing.
Oh, God, is this a real thing or some utterly fatuous bureaucratic thing?
Oh, it's very real. We'll need you to keep Neil away from any excitements.
Excitements?
Yes. I mean, whilst this whole sorry affair is being investigated, we need Neil to continue living a quiet and pointless existence.
The duller the life, the better. Comatose would be ideal, but that might not be possible.
We don't know yet how to fix this leak, but we can mitigate the flow by keeping his usage to a bare minimum.
Oh, well, you shouldn't have too much of a problem on that front. I mean, the guy is a complete loser.
Oh, but perhaps not such a complete loser as you imagine. Take a look at this report. It was put together by Special Ops and paints a worrying picture, don't you think?
Is that Neil?
It certainly is. Looks like your loser is on fire.
Yeah, well, I can quite clearly see that in the photo.
No, I mean he's on fire. Being a hero, saving someone's life.
Excitements, you see. It really won't do, Death. Neil Taylor is a loose cannon, And, well, you need to nail him firmly back down again.
So, Tamsin, what do you fancy?
Oh, well, I think you probably know by now.
Oh, right. I mean, on the menu.
Tell me again, Neil. What did it feel like? You know, walking through that wall of flame.
Oh, well, very uncomfortable and also very hot.
Yes, but what about the pain, Neil? Go on. Tell me about the pain.
Ah, right.
And the fear, Neil. What about that flesh-tingling fear?
Well, there was certainly a lot of fear and pain, Tamsin.
Gosh, I bet there was. Oh.
In fact, thinking about it now, when that burning bookcase started to come crashing down on me, I was seized by this almost otherworldly sensation of...
Excusez-moi, Monsieur Taylor, mais there is an urgent phone call for you.
Phone call? From whom?
Sorry, I couldn't tell you.
What about the sensation, Neil? Tell me about it. Go on, please, tell me. Tell me now.
Sorry, Tamsin. It might be Mum. She gets, funny whenever I'm not home for tea. Don't worry, I'll keep it short.
If you'd like to follow me...
Oh, don't be long, Neil.
The phone is just through here.
What? In the toilet?
We prefer restroom, monsieur.
Right. You! What on earth are you doing here?
What? The men's toilet of Chez Kevin. Eastward his feeble and futile attempt at fine dining. Actually, Neil, for someone as important as me, that's a very good question.
To which the answer is...
I just need to have a quick private chat with you. That's all. Hence the ruse with the phone call.
Well, make it quick. I'm on a hot date.
Yes, so I've been told.
What? By whom?
The maitre d'. I'm a regular here. Though, to be honest, between you and me, Neil, the food and hygiene in this place is just appalling. I mean, hence my regular visits, if you get my drift.
So, what's this all about then? Oh, God. It's not Mum, is it? Tell me you're not about to collect her.
What? That old Panzer tank? Oh, God, no. Oh, something tells me Mrs. Taylor will outlast us all. Which, considering we're both currently immortal, should be quite some feat. Though I'll tell you what, Neil, I could have a sneaky peek in the diary and let you know her expiration date if you like.
Huh? Can you do that? I mean, isn't that sort of thing frowned upon?
You're tempted though, eh?
No, I'm not sure. I mean, maybe. At least then I would have plenty of time to prepare my goodbyes. I've often thought how I would cope if anything happened to her. I mean, perhaps knowing in advance might actually...
Yes. I'll tell you what, Neil. Even though, strictly speaking, it would be a major breach of company policy, I'll look up her collection date if you just do one little thing for me in return.
And that little thing would be...
Well, could you just bring it all down a notch?
What do you mean, bring it all down a notch?
All this noise, that mad dash into a blazing inferno, this stupid little date of yours. It's just too many excitements. And apart from anything else, Neil, it's just not you.
You're right, it's not me.
Good, so do we have a deal?
But perhaps it could be the new me. Yes, the sort of Renaissance me that happily makes heroic, death-defying dashes and, more to the point, always gets the girl.
Yeah, well, I'm not sure that's going to work.
I tell you, Tamsin, she is just all over me right now. I mean, this date was her idea, not mine. And being asked out by a girl, well, death, that never, ever happens to me.
I'll blame that schizophrenic penguin.
You mean the seagull?
Yes, whatever. I mean, it's filling your head with all that higher spiritual goals baloney.
Hang on, he's working for the Almighty. Don't forget God's role in all of this. I mean, we're talking commandment level stuff here.
Oh, don't remind me. My meddling on that front didn't exactly go to plan. By the way, where is your crap-stained bird?
just nearby. He agreed to give me some space tonight. I wouldn't want him, nor anyone else, ruining my chances of sealing the deal tonight.
Sealing the deal? Oh, God. What is it with you creatures and this relentless obsession with sex?
You know something? Perhaps being immortal isn't going to be such a disaster for me after all.
Oh, Neil. Who knew that you were such a wit?
Well, I'm hardly Oscar Wilde, but, you know, when the right mood prevails. Anyway, Tamsin, care for a digestif? A cognac, perhaps?
Why not? But then we must retire to my flat for coffee. I'd like to see all your burn marks.
Okay. Sounds like a mighty fine plan. Garçon!
That's an affirmative, Control. Target acquired and secured. Extraction now in progress. Anticipated arrival at the RV 2130 hours. So, Professor, any results from the preliminary examinations? Nothing significant so far. Genetic and molecular structures appear to be normal, while psychic analysis has thrown a blank. I see, so no significant anomalies then? Not particularly, but he does have an unusually small penis, but that in itself would not suggest alien infestation. Amanda, profiling?
Early 40s, divorced, lives with his mother in Eastwater, works in a bookshop.
So no red flags?
Just the one. I'll put it up on the main screen.
Sorry, Amanda, I should have brought my glasses. Is there something behind that seagull?
No, it is the seagull. The two of them are inseparable.
A pet seabird. What do you think, General?
Could be weaponized. We know the aliens have advanced nanotechnology. This bird could easily be kitted out with railguns, EMPs, or virtually anything with compact nuclear strike capability.
I see. But still, we have nothing conclusive yet. Perhaps we need to up our game. Professor? Anal probe?
I beg your pardon?
Anal probe. Do we still have one?
Oh, I see. You mean the deep cavity anal strometer. Yes, I believe so, but it might have become a little bit rusty.
Oh, don't worry about that. Give it a quick buff and then whack it in there. Whitehall expects results, so let's give this suspected alien-human hybrid a good long poke, shall we? So, Professor, what have we got?
Well, scanners indicate a significant increase in blood pressure, heart rate, and respiration.
Meaning?
Meaning? Meaning some sadistic bastard has just rammed a vibrating metallic rod right up my arse!
Now, just look here, Mr. Taylor. We've given you every opportunity to explain how you managed to survive being incinerated in that fire.
No, you haven't. You haven't asked me anything.
Amanda.
Sir?
Did anyone conduct an initial, interrogation thing?
Brian, did we do a formal interrogation at the beginning of all of this?
I don't know. I just do drinks and light refreshments. I could ask Beryl.
Beryl?
She's a temp. Works mainly in the post room.
Well, yeah, I suppose we could just run it past her.
Look, take it from me. No one's asked me a bloody thing. I mean, just think of all the collateral damage you could have avoided, and I include my rectum in that, if you had just asked me some simple questions in the first place.
How would you like to proceed, Commander?
Given the funding crisis and the endless political demands from on high, I think we'd better just crack on with it.
Another 20% increase in voltage, perhaps?
What?
Yes.
Look, I'm not an alien. I'm a bookseller. For God's sake, just please believe me. Look. Just ask my mother.
That's not a bad idea. Amanda, scramble the snatch squad. Many thanks for agreeing to be interviewed, Mrs. Taylor.
I didn't think I had much of a choice in the matter. 1 minute I'm hoovering the skirting board, and the next I've been knocked to the floor by a stun grenade, and then bundled into a helicopter with a hood over my head.
Yes, sorry about that, Mrs. Taylor, but in our line of work, you can't be too careful.
Careful of what? A 60-year-old woman with a dodgy hip, arthritic knees, and bunions? What sort of threat to national security do you think I pose, eh?
Well, I understand that you were wielding that vacuum cleaner with a fair amount of force.
Look, what's all this about?
Neil Taylor.
I knew it. I just knew it. I was thinking to myself earlier, I was. Where am I? What on earth is going on? Why is that masked man in rubber gloves shooting ice-cold water up me nethers? Then it dawned on me all of a sudden like, it's Mr. Taylor. He's the cause of all this.
You are correct. We have him in custody.
So do you think it was him who started the fire in the bookshop then? Always been a little pyro, that one. I once caught him lighting a candle in his room. Yeah, bold as brass he was, bloody maniac.
No, Mrs. Taylor, we don't think he started the fire, but we do believe that he might be a human-alien hybrid.
Well. Oh, it all makes sense now, doesn't it? All makes sense.
What does?
Everything. Me being kidnapped, the big thunderous voice in the sky, Mr. Taylor bursting into flames before flying off a cliff, not to mention all those dirty magazines and soiled tissues under his bed.
Tell me more about the voice in the sky.
For all these years, I've been living with a sexually deviant alien under my roof. Oh, it makes me shudder just thinking about it.
Neil, it's me.
Seagull! Oh my God! How did you find me?
I snuck on board the helicopter they put you on. Since then, I've been hiding in the air ducts.
Right, so did you know about the,
Anal probe. Yeah, from the air duct I had a ringside seat.
Oh, right. I didn't realise my torture was a spectator sport. Why didn't you do something?
Like what?
Well, unplug the arse-grinding machine?
Wings, Neil. I have wings. Great for flying, but pretty hopeless for unplugging things.
Well, you've got a beak, haven't you?
Neil, you can't get any decent purchase with a beak. Honestly, I've tried.
Well, crows do all right. I mean, they're so adept, in fact, that they can practically crack open a safe.
Well, aren't they the clever ones?
And they don't shit everywhere. I mean, thinking about it, maybe you should have stunk the place out. Hell, with one of your farts, you might have got the whole facility closed down.
Look, Neil, I know you must be hurting and therefore not in the greatest of moods, but we don't have time for this. We have to leave now.
Well, I'm in no fit state to go anywhere.
You don't understand, Neil. They're coming for you. They've gathered enough evidence to begin phase 2.
What's phase 2?
Dissection.
Jesus! Hang on. Where did this so-called evidence come from?
Do you really want to know?
Yes.
Only, you do realise that because I'm an angel, I'm incapable of lying.
Okay, so...
Even though there are times in life's journey when the truth might be just a little too painful to bear.
Fucking hell, Bird, just tell me!
Okay, it was your mother. She's convinced them that you are indeed a human-alien hybrid.
Hey?
Yes. Sorry to be the bearer.
But why should she say that? I mean, it makes no sense.
To be fair, Neil, she had been plucked from her home by armed soldiers, flown 200 miles to a secret government facility, then strip-searched and hosed down by complete strangers. So she might not have been thinking totally straight. And
what?
Well, it wasn't that long ago that you called her an evil bitch while threatening to decapitate her with a large sword.
But I wasn't in my right mind then. Come on, you were there. There were all these extenuating circumstances.
Yeah, but still... Oh no, it's a couple of guards. They must be coming for you. Quick, Neil, pull yourself up into that duct. Shit! Okay.
What the hell?
Look, he's trying to escape.
I'll grab him.
Not so fast.
Ah, it's in my eyes. It's burning.
Fuck, that is disgusting. Go, Neil. Go now. I think I've swallowed something.
This episode of Eternal Strife was recorded during lockdown in the UK. Eternal Strife was written, directed and recorded by Bruce Windwood and featured the voices of Anjella Mackintosh, Mark Crozer and Bruce Windwood.